Hello, I'm Alison from Bag Lady Birdland. So today we're going to be talking about transferring your notches from your pattern to your fabric. Okay, so today I am talking to you about notches. So marking your notches on a pattern, and I'm going to show you 3 of the most common ways that notches are marked on a pattern. So I've drawn some extra notches onto this particular pattern piece just to demonstrate to you. So I'm going to cut out this side seam, and we're going to do what I will call here the mountain method. So I'm going to use my little scissors to do this, which is cutting the notch out of your fabric like so. So it creates a little mountain along your cut edge. The second 2 methods I'm going to show you, we just continue and we cut along a straight line. Okay, so the next method I'm going to demonstrate is what I call the valley method. So you're cutting into the cut edge of the fabric, into the seam allowance. And the third method is my preferred method. You are just using the very tip of your scissors to just create a little snip. So what we have here, that is the snip, that is your valley, and that is the mountain cut. So there are advantages and disadvantages to all these methods. So this one, the mountain, it's easy to forget to cut your notches if you're using this method and just cut on past. If you are using an overlocker to finish your seam allowances before you sew it together, your overlocker will cut this little notch off. And if you're not using an overlocker to finish it, it can just leave a bit of an ugly bit on your seam allowance. Now, the valley, you need to make sure that is small enough and doesn't go into your seam allowance, and it is nice and easy to see, a big V shape cut into your pattern. The third method, the notch, and my preferred, the just slit for your notch, is because the notches are just there for you to construct your pattern. All it needs to be is enough for you to see it as you're putting it together. So even if you've overlocked this seam allowance, you should still be able to see that little notch, and it's not going to come into your seam allowance, it's not going to come near your actual stitch line, so you're not going to get a weak point on your seam, and it won't be seen after the garment's made up. It'll be virtually invisible. So it's just there for you to put your garment together, and that is my preferred option, just a little slit. So we're just going to continue cutting this pattern piece, and here we have a dart, and I have marked, well, I've highlighted the ends of the dart here with a red pen, so you can see the ends of the dart for the size that I am using. And again, I would just use a little snip to mark the ends of that dart. Just makes life much easier. Now, another thing to note about notches is, as a shorthand and on patterns, what you'll find is a double notch on the back of the pattern. So this is the back armhole, it has got a double notch, and you'll find on the sleeve head there will be a corresponding double notch on the back of the sleeve head. So if you're using the mountain method to cut out a double notch, what you would do is, instead of cutting 2 separate notches, you would cut what I would describe as a little table mountain. So a flat-topped mountain, like so. And that would indicate your double notch. So we've got 2 double notches on this because this is the back yoke and the back armhole on this particular pattern piece. So I hope that makes it clearer and gives you options on how you want to mark your notches. And you can see my other videos on how to do tailor's tacks or how to mark your pattern with pins. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more great Learn to Sew videos that will help make you a better dressmaker.